Alright guys, so really quick, I was gonna just skip through this, but then I remembered, since this trunk here has the harness, I'm no longer gonna need this, so we're gonna, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna run this through this piece right here. Sorry, I have this on a stand. We're gonna run it through there, and hopefully this here fish line, what is it called? Steel fish tape. It's the fish line. It's gonna help us get it through this piece here, and then up through the whole trunk this way, out through here. So then I'm gonna go ahead and come in here, splice this piece, and so I can reconnect it. And to make things easier for me, I'm actually taping all this here together, and that way there's less issues, less little headaches that are bound to happen when you're messing with the electrical wiring and moving that stuff around. So great. One of the downsides now that we're pulling out the wiring from here, basically if you tie it down, it helps to pull it out somewhat easier. But anyways, we're gonna continue putting up the wire as I'm running my finger through these holes using the fish wire. We're gonna pull it out through there and just finish running the wire to the backup camera. Then we're just gonna take off all these plugs, screws, and everything we need to get that trim off from the backup camera. Alright guys, so this is another voiceover, and what I'm trying to explain to you guys here is that this wire is very difficult to get through here, and what a lot of people do to make it easier is that they actually just make a slit with a knife in the plastic piece, the rubber piece there, so that they can get the wiring that they need to get through, in this case the reverse camera wiring through the trunk. However, I know I'm risking the other trunk harness wiring, but I'm actually just trying to make the fish line work for me, in the sense that I'll be able to get it through there without having to resort to make any holes, which it does eventually end up working out, as you'll continue to see here. So just for now, look at my struggle and see how that goes there. But yeah, let's continue. So now this came off from, let's see here, this, and it's fine, we can fix this, no big deal. So now it just means that you have to go back to our fish tape. So this wire that I'm about to show here I didn't want to separate it for whatever reason, and long story short, it ended up getting separated from the connector. But basically it makes it a lot easier, because this power wire here was supposed to go straight up to the camera and the reverse light so that I can draw power. But now, since this wire came apart from the rest of the wiring that I was trying to pass through this piece here, what's gonna happen is that I'm gonna run this wire here through by itself and up to the trunk. Actually, no. What I'm gonna do is, so I avoid doing all this, I'm gonna just loosen these 3 bolts up again, as you guys saw earlier. Try to move it under it, and if I have to loosen those up, it'll be faster than trying to struggle doing this. So let's do that. So as you can see here, I'm pulling out the rest of this wire using the fish line. And naturally, after we're done, we're just gonna pull this tape out. So if you did it right, the only headache you're gonna have is taking off this tape, because it makes it a lot easier. But overall, it's better than having to struggle with something else or other methods of trying to put the wire through the trunk there. Well, okay, so if you guys do any DIY things, run wire, electrical wire often, make sure to get this. I'll go ahead and link it in the description. I got it from Amazon. It's gonna save you a lot of time and a lot of headaches. So let's move on. So it looks like this trim here was either messed with before or it was changed, probably pulled incorrectly, because there's no screws or anything there. Weird. Alright guys, so real quick, I went ahead and put my lights back on, so now we're back to matching lights. There you go. You see, I mean, I'm not gonna close it because I haven't plugged that in yet and I don't want to mess with it just yet. I did go ahead and take out one of the two trims. All right, so real quick, we're gonna test it one more time. Close right up. Oop. Oop. So close right up. And now we're gonna go ahead and see, closes right up on the first time. Also lines up here. Lines up really great, actually. Maybe even better than my previous trunk. I'm not sure, but anyways. So this is already on. It's a G35 now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna remove all that shit. So anyways, now that it's on, I'm gonna continue with this stuff here. Now that everything is back on, I bought this, like I said, wired it in an OEM fashion, and as you can see, these are the wires that you get from the OEM harness. You got your video feed and your negative, and you got these right here, which is power and another negative ground, I believe. So these are gonna go up here to this, and these are gonna hook up to this piece here. So I will try to save this plastic piece here by moving this out of the way, and I'm gonna try to save this plastic piece here by moving this out of the way and wiring this in a similar to OEM fashion. These two are tightened down, which looks like we did it. We're gonna use our heat gun here. Once that's done, I'll let it cool off a little bit. Should be good. Now we will be connecting this. Now this, other than, as I mentioned earlier, I used the OEM plug, and I did go ahead and do some like weird wiring. I don't have the original wiring from the camera, so I can't exactly show you what I did here, and I don't want to take this off since it's working fine. But here, back, these two wires back, it goes back to the same, I guess you can say, camera installation function. Like all backup cameras, aftermarket backup cameras, you got your video, you got your power. This here goes to the power button here. And since I think this is the last time I'm gonna have to deal with this, I'm gonna go ahead and shorten this out a bit, because this is a really long cable, wire, whatever. And as I mentioned, I'm gonna try to put it up here, and it's gonna go up there. It's just a matter of how I'm gonna resolve that part there. So let me go ahead and put these up. But now that I remember, OEM camera, this is power for the camera, and this is the trigger or a power to the camera. So this is the video feed, this is the power feed, and this would go to the aftermarket camera. But since I'm using the OEM camera, I'll show you guys when I'm done how all this is wired up. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a soldering connector right here. We're gonna hook up all of the ground wires first. before I go ahead and finish that off, I want to make sure that everything was wired correctly. Taking it off the stand here. Want to make sure that everything is wired correctly, and I'm gonna quickly test it. So I'm gonna grab my keys here and come in. Oh. Alright guys, so it's been a minute since I've had the car on, but as you can see, camera's working. This isn't working, but I cut something last time. I don't remember what. Oh, the steering wheel wasn't working to begin with, actually. But yeah, I got my reverse camera image going. So we're gonna go ahead and finish up that connection and get back to it. Them dry off or cool down, whatever. I'm gonna. Alright, so this is the end result. Safe to say that I am satisfied with how it turned out. Double check everything and it all works. I'm gonna go ahead and debadge this because I actually like the debadge look better. So I'm gonna do that, and eventually I'll get to the rest of the car, figure out the rest of the stuff that needs to get done. But for now, that's it for today. Hey guys, real quick, so I have the car on here because I want to see if you guys can see this here. It's kind of clear. When I turn on the lights here, this is with the lights on, as you can see. So lights are on. When I push the brake, the camera, I don't know if it's something to do with the voltage, starts getting all like, the image gets all weird here in the screen. Now I do have go-to customs tail lights, but I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it since they're LED tail lights. So if you guys have any input on this, I would really appreciate it. You could drop a comment or something, because it gets really annoying at nighttime. It looks like it's doing it a bit less. Then again, it's not night, so I wouldn't really know. But again, if you guys can comment, DM me, I'd really appreciate the input. Thank you.